Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Lascala, the art teacher. You can go ahead and wave, even though this is asynchronous learning, which means you could either go to the website. If I'm out for a day, you shouldn't be using this. This is emergency for if I'm out for a week or something like that. Okay, so I do post my lessons on the website. You can find it on YouTube under the latest one that I uploaded. It'll be there for the week that I'm missing. You'll be able to see which week you fall into, and you'll be able to click on that link, and it'll be great because you'll be able to stop and pause and rewind whenever you'd like to. Although this class will have built-in breaks, just like usual. So this is basically if I'm absent for a week or something like that. So this is, we're going to do one book today, and we're going to do one drawing today. All right? So I want you to get a piece of paper ready. You'll just need a crayon set. And we're going to have fun with Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Pete the Cat and 4 Groovy Buttons, art by James Dean, creator of Pete the Cat. And the story is by Eric Litwin. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much he sang this song. 4. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Very good. If you knew that it was 3, give a thumbs up. 3! Oh, all right. There it is there. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Three. Groovy. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. And we can sing it however we want. Uh-oh. Pop! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? That's right. 2. Because 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1! Very nice. 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 1 groovy button. My 1 groovy button. Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. I love this. I didn't know they had that car in here. That's a Volkswagen Beetle, my first car, and it's an earlier model. Mine was a Super Beetle. This is just a regular Beetle. That's what they call that kind of car. And he's surfing. Did you know I learned to surf in California one summer? That's right, 0. Trace it in the air. Trace it on there. Very good. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button. And he kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button, my button, still have my belly button. It's all good, he says. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Well, this is really fun. What colors do you see before we sing our song? Okay, what color is this? That's right, that's red or pink. How about this one? Green. Same color as Pete. Blue. I would say turquoise. Buttons come, and buttons go. Can you do that with your fingers? Go like this. The end. Yeah, let me see you clap like this. Let me see a round of applause. Let me see a triangle of applause. Let me see double thumbs up. Let me see celebrate. Very nice. All right, we are going to take a break. When we get back, I'd like you to have paper, crayons, and remember, it's always good to have a pencil ready to go. All right? You may take your break right now. Welcome back. All right. So we should have gathered our materials. We should have had a nice little break there, however long you wanted. It should have been for 5 minutes. You could have gotten some water. I just wanted you to step away from the screen for a little bit. All right? There was no need to do anything else. I wonder what that freeze frame would have looked like if it was paused. I bet it was pretty groovy, going along with our groovy buttons. We are going to try to create our very own Pete the Cat, all right, using basic shapes. But we need to know what those shapes are. Let me just tilt it down. Let's see if some of the shapes that we might use today. We're going to review our shapes and lines. All right. Shout out the shapes when I point to them. That's right, the round one is the circle. Now I'm going to point to a four-sided one. Very good. Rectangle. Here's another four-sided one, but it has equal sides. Square. The last one, not just any triangle, but this is a right triangle. Say right triangle. It's called a right triangle because of the right angle. You'll learn about that in 2nd or 3rd grade. Triangle was just fine. Let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3. All right. Remember what this one's called? It's not a hexagon. Hexagon has 6 sides. We're not even up to hexagon yet. That's right. It's a trapezoid. Okay, now remember a half of a circle is called a semicircle. So a half of an oval is going to be called a semi-oval. There's our oval. There's a semi-oval. All right, we have horizontal line. Just line is fine. Vertical line. Once again, you could just call it a line going up and down. What are these two? That's right. These two could be called wavy lines. This looks like a wave, and this could look like a wave too. Wavy lines come in different forms. Here's another one. Zigzag. What shape is this? Very nice. That is a heart. Tricky one. This one can be called a cloud, could be called a tree, or could be called a bunny tail. Here's another one we've been over. Yep, it could look like a diamond, but it's not called a diamond. Well, you can call it a diamond, I don't mind. We technically are supposed to call it a rhombus. Say rhombus. Good job. Let's get some exercise. We can do our golf clap while we're doing our rhombus face. Very good. So that's our rhombus. These are the shapes that we need to know.
Pardon the interruption. Kindergarten teachers, the Heinemann book order from Mrs. Sharon Williams.
Take a 5-minute break right now.
Leave the books in the box. Mrs. Allers is going to be doing some professional development. So at this time, there is no need to take the books out of the boxes. Please just store the 4 boxes. Each kindergarten teacher received 4 boxes of books. They are not to go home. Please just store them in your room, and Mrs. Allers is going to do some professional development regarding the books that we received. Thank you.
Welcome back. Okay, you could just fast forward through that previous section, okay? We did not need to worry about books or anything, all right? We are going to create our very own Pete the Cat, okay? So, here's how we do it. We get a piece of paper, put it on a flat surface so that you can see me, and you can draw. You're going to hold it up and down like a building or a magazine. Remember what this is called? Say vertical. That's when you hold the paper like that. You can use a pencil to get started. I am going to use my black crayon for everything. If I could find my black crayon. Where did my black crayon go? Oh, where did my black crayon go? It's getting harder and harder to find because it's losing its point. All right, so we take a look at our Pete the Cat, and it looks like we can start by making his eyes. Okay, they're going to be like an oval, right? Usually we like to start with the face, but it's a real tricky looking face. So we're going to start with just the eyes in the middle of your paper, right about here and here. They kind of look like a rhombus, trapezoid almost, but they are ovals, squished ovals. Here's how you do it. You could just do an oval like this. Right about there in the paper. All right. Now his have semicircles on the top and a triangle inside of that. All right, you'll be able to color this in lightly. Color in the semicircle. just like that. And if you'll notice, my eyes aren't exactly the same size. That's okay. It's our class. We're having fun. We're creating. As long as we're trying, that's all right. So we have our two eyes. Now we're going to draw. It's going to be like a curve. It's kind of like parentheses. You'll learn out what a parentheses is later, but it's more like a curved line on the top, kind of like a bridge. You're going to go from where the eye ends, right about here, to where the eye ends, right about there on the top. And then you can draw almost like zigzag triangles, really big, going up, like that. And then you can go down on the side to the bottom, right about here on both sides. All right. Now, we're going to finish it off the head, by drawing to about here, leaving room for a neck. All right. We have a triangular nose pointing down. We have a lot of whiskers sticking out the sides. Yeah. They go like this. No mouth, but we could start by adding his shirt. Okay. Now if we take a look, this is where the rhombus will come into play, all right? We draw a rhombus here and a rhombus here. Draw a line for the back of the shirt on each side. We can draw a little V right about here. And now, coming from this corner and this corner, put dots there, you're going to go straight down. I'm going to go out a little bit, like that. Here's Pete with his shirt. Right here, we're going to put a circle for his button. And then a line. If you have room, you can put another circle. I'm going to put a semicircle. All right, and it looks like he uses circles inside of the circle. Just like this. Very nice. And we can even add this over here. This is going to be his tail. His tail is all the way at the bottom on this, where his feet are, but we're just going to have it sticking up straight up and curling around like it does. So here's how you do it. Okay, here we go. All right, so there's our Pete the cat. What color should Pete the cat be? Very nice. Blue! Remember, when I'm coloring in something big, I use the back of the crayon, and I color it just like this. Whoa, what is that? Indigo. Sure, why not? Okay, try to color in the lines as best you can. And it may get tricky for like the ears and the corners, so you can kind of use the tip of your crayon. Remember how we hold it. We pinch it like a pencil. I'm going to use the back, though, to color it all in. My Pete looks pretty cool. Groovy is the proper adjective. Okay, don't forget the neck. And there we have, the tail. Try to stay in the lines that you made as best you can. If we take a look, his eyes are not white like we were used to. What color are they? That's right, orange. Okay, this is yellow-orange, and that'll be fine. Put it away, back in our box. The shirt is yellow. I'm going to use my yellow crayon. I'm going to color the rhombus collar, the back of his shirt, the inside back, and all around. I'm not doing a super duper awesome perfect job because it's a lot of area to color and cover. And with yellow, if I go over the black, it leaves marks like this. So that's why I'm just kind of scribble coloring, or spaghetti coloring as we call it. So it looks something like this. And we get to do the buttons. It looks like we have that turquoise and that green color. Let's see if I can find a turquoise. Good enough, blue-green. I'm going to use the tip this time. And the other button is going to be that green. Of course, we have another one that's flying off that's blue, but we're not going to color that one. Okay, so there's our Pete the Cat. It looks like we're almost finished. Now we need to use our magic pencil. Not really magic, it's a good old number 2. HB Ticonderoga. To sign our name. Make it nice and small. I'm going to put mine right over here. All the way down there. See? Very nice. All right. Now that we're done, you're going to take another 5-minute break, starting now. Welcome back. All right. I don't have my child scissors at the moment, but I wanted to go over scissor safety. Let me see if I can find the safety scissors. They're also called child scissors, but that's okay. I don't know where they are. Here they are. Notice how I'm walking with them. Down at my side, I'm holding them out. And you shouldn't be carrying scissors ever like this, all right? So we walk like that. We hold our thumb in the top, or 2 fingers or 1 finger sometimes in the bottom. We cut away from where we're cutting. We never turn our wrist towards ourselves. And since we're in kindergarten, we're not holding scissors like this. Even in pre-K, you shouldn't be holding scissors like that. Now the way we cut. You turn the paper. Just like that. Now our favorite part, the scissor song. Let's put this away. You ready to do it with me? Scissors are for cutting paper. 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 Your turn. Scissors are for cutting paper. Let me hear it. Scissors are for cutting paper. Let me see it. Scissors are for cutting paper. Try to wink. Scissors are for cutting paper. Relax. Thresh. All right. We are finished with the scissor song. Remember, when storing scissors, the best thing to do is put them in your pencil box with other things. You shouldn't be walking around with them. Put them with your crayon box or your art and crafts box. Just keep them in one central area that you know where they are. With your glue stick, that's fine. All right. That'll conclude today's weekly lesson on how to draw Pete the cat in his coat. And I hope you had a great time. Remember to thank the adult that's with you, whether it's a parent or a care worker. Say thank you. Give them a round of applause. All right. Make sure you have a great day. You can send these into my email address. That's right up over here, klascala@wboe.net. And when I get them, I'll be able to edit them and post them. If anything, I need it for credit, so please make sure you start handing them in. I'm under new directives where you have to send them in, send in your artwork, especially if I'm going to be absent for a week. I definitely need something to show that you logged in, all right? Like usual, this is going to be on YouTube, and you will be able to view it anytime you want on YouTube. I hope you had a wonderful day. Please keep creating. Please keep drawing. Have fun. Have a wonderful day and a great week.